Wait.
Hey, think we're live. We're about to be live. I'm not sure. We'll see. Ding. We are now streaming on Facebook Live. Hello, Facebook. I'm joined as always,
Hi.
preferably always, by the wonderful, amazing, I'm not sure which way to look at you, to see you. I'll have to see when the Facebook
You're
Live
on
comes
that
up, which side you're on.
side.
You said I'm on that side. Which side is that side?
I'm looking at you now.
I am on the way I'm looking at it. I'm on your right, so I have to look this way to look at you, which
Yes,
you've got
we're
to
looking
look.
at each other now.
Yes. Hello, it's good to see you.
Hi,
Oh,
good to see you too.
as you can tell by the different backgrounds, I am in Dallas, Texas. I'm in a business mastermind with a group called Coach Blueprint, and so trippy. Well, first, and then Diane, where are you, Diane?
I am actually in my parents' living room. My daughter just got her braces on this morning, so I've been working from the orthodontics office. They let me cut into their internet and work from there for a couple hours this morning.
You're in the orthodontics office or their house right now?
No. We just got back from the orthodontics
Oh,
house
okay.
or office, and we're in my parents' living room now.
Okay. Yeah, so I was supposed to be at the dentist Thursday, but I'm not going to be for a couple reasons. One is I'm really scared because I haven't been for a while. And two, I'm in Dallas, Texas at a business mastermind. And I'm going to tell more about that in a minute. Diane, do you want to tell them about the pop-up you made for me?
The pop-up that I made for you?
The notification for the dentist.
Oh, yes. So at the dentist, they have these little notes that will pop up whenever you pull a patient's chart on the computer. And so anytime they pull Jase's chart, it pops up and it goes, absolutely no teeth shaming, no mouth shaming.
Not that my teeth are bad. I just haven't been to the dentist in quite a while. Wow, I'm really just sharing everything. Hey, by the way, if you're watching, and we got a bunch of viewers already, can you please give us a thumbs up or something and let us know? Actually, I can just check sound on the computer itself. I might get a little feedback here. Let me see. Yeah. Oh, totally. Yeah. Got Marianne commented she's trying to find sound. Marianne, I think the sound problem is on your side. Natalie says, "Hey, Erica and Marianne, good to see you, amazing ladies." Am I not an amazing lady, Natalie? Do I not count as an amazing lady for you? So anyway, here's the thing that's super exciting about where I am now, and I'm going to give you guys a tour of this office. I've told this story before about how I spoke at this one event and I made 0 sales and I got booted off their stage. They literally invited me to dinner and I thought it was going to be a pep talk. And the guy says, "We'd like to invite you not to come back." And I thought, this is a horrible pep talk. And a couple years later, I got sick of this. I got sick of the up and downs. And so I created a template and I started following this template when I speak. And my first opportunity to speak after creating this template was a guy named Mike Crow had an event, and it was his high level, he coaches home inspectors in growing their business. And it was November 2012 and I wasn't supposed to sell. And I followed my template and I rocked it. And at the end, Mike goes, "Let's sell your stuff." And I was like, "I thought I wasn't supposed to sell." And he goes, "You rocked it. Let's sell your stuff." So we sold, I made a bunch of sales. And then he pulls me aside and he says, "I'd like to invite you." And I was like, crap, last time I heard that it was bad news. But he goes, "I'd like to invite you to speak to my group 4 times a year. You can sell every time you're here and I'll pay you monthly to do it." And that was awesome. So that first tryout was November 2012. And the first big stage of his I spoke on was February 2013. And then he had a mastermind. And so what I was tripping out is I have been a part of Mike's mastermind for coaches, speakers, authors, trainers called Coach Blueprint for over 6 years now. Like a huge part of the last decade of my life was spent getting coaching from Mike and implementing things. And so what was trippy for me, you guys, is I was looking at how much I've implemented into my life and in my business. And just how much I've developed in the last 6 years, especially. It's really been going fast the last 3 or 4 years since I really tapped into my sweet spot. So I want to share that with some of you guys and share some of the things that Diane and I have been implementing in the business and some things we've been doing that's really cool. But before we do that, Diane, anything new that you want to share? I say let's go right to Diane's date update.
Oh boy, I'm still sharing the stream out, so
Uh-huh.
maybe we should skip that for now.
Oh, wow. Are you really dodging the date update?
There is no update except that everything is going amazing. I have a boyfriend now and I am super happy and he is wonderful. That's the whole update.
Can we get some hearts for Sprinkle? Can we get a lot? Can we
Yes.
get a sprinkling of hearts for Sprinkle, which is his name? His name is Steven Sprinkle. I mean, Steven Sprinkle. And he's actually, so I met Sprinkle. He picked us up from the airport. And I have to say, Sprinkle gets my thumb up. 2 thumbs up. Oh, Natalie's mashing hearts for you, Diane. She's just mashing those.
Thank
Oh,
you,
I think
Natalie.
NA is mashing them too. You guys are so good. Sprinkle was actually a really cool dude. Like, I could see myself hanging out with Sprinkle without Diane around. Like, I like the guy. He's a cool guy. So I give him definite thumbs up. And I also hope it works because I don't want to have to put up with Diane being mopey if it doesn't.
I see how.
Because, oh boy, I'm really in trouble with the way that one came out. Here's why. What I mean is, I think she really likes this dude. I think there's potential. And so heartbreak sucks. So that's what I mean. So, it's okay if there's bumps in the road on your way to greatness. And I think there's a lot of good potential here. So I'm super excited. But did that come out better?
Yes. But I think heartbreak's always worth it. Like, if you enjoy the love, if the heartbreak's bad, that just means you really love the person a lot. And that's a good thing.
Yes. Marianne posted, there's CC on, but no captions. Marianne, I don't think this show's been captioned yet. I think someone has to watch it and caption it live, or they have to type them later. So there will be no captioning for a while. I love you, Marianne. So,
did you get the email from Marianne
No.
that I forwarded you?
Yes, Marianne, so great. Do you want to tell everybody what it said?
Yeah, so she is making a capsule wardrobe, which if you don't know what that means, it means she's making, it's like one piece of everything. So one shorts, pants, skirt, jacket, shirt, long sleeve shirt, tank top, and they all match so that you can take this one wardrobe and mix and match it and make a bunch of outfits. And so they're great for traveling. But she said that she's making leggings to match her dynamic life hoodie that you gave her, and she's gonna wear them in France because in France it's considered unacceptable to wear yoga pants when you're not in yoga class. And she's like, I'm gonna fight against the fashion industry and wear my yoga pants everywhere.
The fascist fashion industry. Marianne, you are awesome. Marianne is a rebel. So to be clear, Marianne bought that shirt, and I'm attempting to load up my photos, iPhotos. If I get it to load, I'll show you guys what one of these looks like. They're my favorite hoodies, and not just because we made them, but because they're just so comfortable, and I just love wearing them. And they're warm in the winter, and they're cool in the summer. And the only way you can get one is by going to Dynamic Life, which is one of our events. So they're super, or you're Diane, who works for the company. So other than that, that's the
I know
only
I got
way
one. I don't work. I don't.
You can.
Go yet.
And I've worn these Dynamic Life here. Well, I kind of have a picture of it. Let me show you what I got here. It's like the edge of it. Here's Diane and I on an airplane, flying home. And so they're just cool. They're really cool material. And okay, Diane started it. Well, this just looks all wrong. I really should have showed you first. Diane was kissing her elbow. Well, where'd it go? Diane was kissing her bicep. Wow, do I really not have a picture of it now? And she was sending it to Sprinkle. And she's like, kiss yours now, and we'll send a picture of you. Man, I'm just looking horrible.
What I like about it is I didn't really give Jase much of an opportunity to know what was going on. I was like holding up my phone and I was like, all right, I'm going to kiss my bicep. I just need you to make a weird face in the background. Like, what are you doing? And he did it. He was like, all right. I
And
don't
then
think
she's
you
like,
have
you kiss yours. Do you have it? I don't. Do you have it on yours? But anyway, the point was, you can see it in a ton of pictures of wearing these. So anyway, that's the Dynamic Life one. There's now on what we have been doing since. So I come to this coaches meeting a few times a year. Last time I was here was May. Oh, there's Diane kissing her bicep. That's awesome. Oh, by the way, if you're watching for content and like education, I am going to give you some content and education on things, and I'll share some of what the group here gave me to work on in the business. Oh boy, the way, Diane, we have a laundry list of things to do. It's going to be so exciting.
Nice. I like lists.
One of the things we're going to do, oh, by the way, Ishvan joined. Ishvan, it's good to see you. Amy joined. Amy, it's so good to see you. Ishvan is tuning in and out of the city of bad signal. You guys, if you lose it, come back. So one of the things we're going to do that the group gave me is we're going to do a retreat, and here's who we're going to invite. Anyone who has ever traded with us or bought a product from us. I'm going to do a super special private training and invite everyone. And it's going to be a chance to reignite old relationships, catch people up on what we're doing, share about the mission of the company, and find out what people are up to and how we can serve them and help them make a bigger, better difference in the world. So that's one of the things we're going to do. And then what I want to share with you is, so at this thing, we share what we've been up to. And so I put together a little PowerPoint, and I'm going to share this PowerPoint with you guys about like what's been happening and some of the tips I have for creating great events that people want to be a part of. So first thing is, I create a slide for Yes Vember. You guys have heard me. Well, maybe you haven't. Is this our first live in this month?
Yes.
Well, I should have started like this then before it was on it. So here's the story of this. I had a ex-girlfriend, Eden, and she was a special needs teacher. And Eden had a kid. She's telling me the story. This little girl was just being really petulant one day. And she was like, no, 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 no. So finally, Eden and the other teacher said, listen, you're not allowed to say no anymore. And they're like, you got it? You're not allowed to say no. Do not say no. So they go on with the day, and they're doing Q&A or something. And they ask the little girl, like, what day of the week is it? It's Friday. And they ask some other question. They go, what month is it? And the little girl goes, and they said, so-and-so, what month is it? And she goes, and they're like, so-and-so, what month is it? And finally the little girl goes, yes, Vember. So I just love it. And I just think it's something that we as entrepreneurs can take into our lives. Let this be the month of Yes Vember. Be a yes. A lot of people tend to slow down the end of the year, and they tend to, they say no to work, which sometimes is great because you're spending time with families, yet they seem to say no to life. And so how about this is an opportunity to say yes to relationships, say yes to family members, say yes to that difficult family member, say yes to having a great relationship with that person. Say yes to all of life. And Diane, because we're not next to each other, just jump in anytime if you have a comment or something to share. So just be a yes. Did you want to say something?
No.
Okay.
No, I love this though. I've never heard this before until you just sent it to me and you're like, here, put this in an email. What is this?
So if you're not getting our emails, ping us and we'll add you to the list. Ping Diane or me on Facebook and we'll get you on our email list. So yeah, we sent out a quick Yes Vember email on November 1st. It's funny. I wrote Eden and I said, hey, I just shot a video and mentioned you. And she's like, what, Yes Vember? And I'm like, yes. And for every November, the rest of my life, it will be Yes Vember. So that's Yes Vember. And I just love it. And if you haven't yet seen the movie Yes Man, go see the movie Yes Man. So what I'm going to share now is some of the things that I've done and that I do intentionally create great events. So Mike, this is Mike in this picture. He's the guy leading the coaching mastermind that I'm at. And some of the people watching, like Amy and Ishvan, are home inspectors, and they have a home inspection company that's being coached in that arena by Mike. Separately, Mike has a coaching program for coaches like me. So this is a picture of one of my events. So something we discovered was we teamed up with these guys that had this amazing space. Doesn't this look great with this? Can you see my mouse moving on the screen, Diane? So like it has this beautiful background. We put the logo up, And so Mike is literally saying watermelon. And what we started doing is taking watermelon photos where literally people get up in front of the room and all they do is say watermelon, 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 but it looks like they're teaching, and we grab these amazing photos of them. And we got the the video inside the video type picture right there. And then here's Mike's wife Susan teaching. And so one of the things we want to start doing is thinking, what can we add to the event to make them as cool as possible? So all of our speakers get shots like this when they come to one of our events called Core. The other thing we did is we told everybody who was in Black Belt, hey, if you'll come up early, we'll take you out to the hot springs. So the event started on like Wednesday. Everybody flew in town on Monday, and we went up to hot springs on Tuesday. So here we are on the way to my favorite hot springs called Trinity Hot Springs. And one of the things that's critical about this is you want to show people, especially as you're becoming a speaker or an information marketer, that you have a big life. You want to show people that you have a big life. It's really critical. So what happens is when people take these pictures and post them, their friends at home are like, what are you up to? What are you doing? This is really impressive. What's happening? And so it evidences this concept of a big life. Diane, I can't see the comments while I'm showing this. So if anyone reads or says a comment, please read it out to me. Just wave and I'll stop. So the way I'm looking at it, yeah. So yeah. So this is what we did. Took pictures. There's Diane in the hot springs. That's what the hot springs actually looks like, and it's just a really cool place. And so everybody got to go and have time up there. And then I showed this because I was getting in really good shape, and my friend Troy runs a health reset thing, and I got Susan to come up there and work out, and Marianne, who's watching, came and worked out with us. And one of the updates, and this is, so what I'm sharing with you guys is what I've been doing since May. I went on a mission trip, and I was a pharmacist. And those of you who know my attention to detail, when I'm speaking, I have a ton of attention to detail. Otherwise, it's shocking that I was a pharmacist. What's even more shocking to our American audience is that I had a total of 10 minutes of training on how to be a pharmacist. Yeah, we were dispensing pills, but this girl over here, oh, I'm forgetting her name. She was so sweet. She was teaching me as we went, but we did. So I went on a medical mission trip to Uganda, and we saw, the first day we saw like 110 people, but then word got out that we're doing this medical mission trip. And so then like the second day we saw 200, the third day 400, the fifth day 300. I think we saw a total of 11 or 1,200 people over the 5 days. It was incredible, the numbers we saw. What I really love about this mission trip is they're training local doctors and nurses in Uganda on our practices to raise the standard of care, because some of the prescriptions that were coming down the pipe from the local doctors, our doctors were not happy to see, like some of the mixes and what it would do and not do, if it was a waste of time or energy or money. So they're upgrading it. And then what they're doing is they're also putting in telemedicine. So doctors in the States can come in through a camera and a computer and see what's going on with people. But they're making it sustainable is the best part. So they're building the facility, and separately they're building like an Airbnb, like a bunkhouse, and missionaries who want to go work will rent this place out, and the rent revenue will pay for the medical facility, and the medical facility will have a farming area too. So it's sustainable, which I absolutely love. And then this was
before you move on to the next photo.
Yes.
Marianne says, I love the t-shirt message. Do you see what your t-shirt says?
Yes, Treefort is for everyone. So Treefort, those of you who aren't from Boise, Treefort is a big music fest. Over the course of a week, they have probably 400 bands. And Boise's not that big of a town, so all the local bars open up, places that don't normally have music open up. And we have all kinds, so you can buy a pass and go to all this music. And what's really touching is a lot of the bands are not super successful. They're up and coming. So they try to schedule it right after South by Southwest, where a lot of these bands play. And then when the bands come to Boise, a lot of people in Boise host the bands for free in their house. They put them up to stay. The guy who cuts my hair in Boise at Peace Valley Dry Goods. Shout out to Chris and Ryan, who are at Peace Valley Dry Goods. So Ryan's actually in a band. He's in a band. So totally off subject. Ryan Blizzard is in a band called the Lonesome Jet Boat Ramblers. And they played during Treefort, and they have like an 8-piece bluegrass band. and it was some of the best music I've ever heard. It was just like, you could feel it in your bones. It made you want to dance. It was just amazing. And how old do you think Pengilly's is? That bar Pengilly's. Do you have any idea?
Oh gosh, it's been around since I was a kid, so at least
So
30 years.
old. I mean, at least 15 years old.
30, at least 30. I remember it being there when I was like a little kid going downtown.
Yeah. So it's been around. I was trying to be nice. So it's been around forever. And
Oh,
I
yes,
mean, it's been around a
15.
little
I'm
while.
22.
Anyway, so back to Treefort. Treefort is my birthday is March 27th, and Treefort is like the 24th through 29th this year. So if you guys want to come up to Boise, Idaho, and celebrate my birthday with me and see some live music, come on up. I will be taking a few days off that week to enjoy the live music. So, but Treefort is for everyone, because one thing they do at Treefort that's totally off topic, but I'm just sharing what's cool. They have this really cool thing where they don't have paper or plastic cups for beers and sodas. You have to buy a metal 16-ounce tumbler, and then you refill that. And I volunteered, and I was on like the trash pickup team, and they were telling me when they went to the recyclable, well, it's a steel cup, I have it at my house. When they went to that it cut down on the trash just humongously because they don't have all these cups. And then it's kind of cool. Everybody gets carabiners, they clip their cup on their belt as they're walking around and stuff. It's kind of neat.
And all these other forts have sprouted off of Tree Fort. So at the same time, they have Yoga Fort, which is where they do yoga classes in front of live bands, which is a
Mm-hmm.
lot of fun. They have Kid Fort, they have Movie Fort, they have Theater Fort, and like all of these different forts have sprouted off of the main music festival. And so it's really, no matter what you like, you can find something there to do.
Yeah, so I volunteered last year. Mostly I
A
did it
lot
to
of
meet
fun.
people because I was so new to Boise, and I'll probably do it again because I met some really cool people. Except I volunteered at Food Fort, and I'm like, this is going to be amazing. I'm going to try all this amazing food. It's going to be so good. It was 4 hours of lectures on composting and recycling. It was it was not what I thought it would be. The saving grace. It was so funny because it's like compost and like these people like, oh, I threw away my coffee grinds. I feel so guilty. I didn't use them in my garden. And I'm like, I'm sitting in the back like this. and and a lot of vegan talk. And then the funniest thing, the next presenters were these guys setting up this giant grill outside, teaching how to grill steak. All the vegans are leaving and they're cooking steak and giving away. But these guys steak, so they would cut it and they'd send it out on little plates like a tapas. Oh, it was melt in your mouth. It was just like, oh, it's so good. I ate so much steak. So that's our ad for Tree Fort. Thanks for joining, everybody. Next week on Tree Fort Live, Diane and I will share our favorite bands. Which my favorite band last year was amazing. It was these four little Japanese girls. They were from Japan in pink onesies, and when they would talk, they go, "Oh, hi, so good to be here." Ha, ha. Like I'm not being inappropriate. I'm literally trying to do a fair impression of how they sounded. And then they would play music and they would shred, and it was like amazing. A lot of bass, danceable, but like hardish rock, and the whole crowd was moving. It was awesome. I wish I remember their name. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I don't, but it's fun to hear you describe it.
Oh, so good. I'll look later if I find it. I'll post it, a link to one of their videos below. So they were amazing. So anyway, so that's Tree Fort. So I wore Tree Fort shirt in Africa, and I don't know, just great. So now talk about Dawn. Here's one of my favorite parts that we accomplished over there. Is Dawn raised money to buy what's called a mama kit. In Uganda and a lot of places in Africa, like, our medical system is not perfect. And I realize how good we have it, because over there, if you're going to the hospital, you have to pay. Well, I mean, we get charged here, but they don't even let you in. And on the hospital, there's like, you've paid a decent amount and you're really poor. And if a woman wants to go and have a baby, she has to pay. And if she doesn't have the right stuff, they're going to not treat her. So these mama kits, I think, are like $10 each. And in each mama kit, there's literally like a clean cloth, an antiseptic wipe, a little rope that ties it off the umbilical cord, a brand new, Steve, sorry. Sorry
Gesundheit.
about that. Thank you. A clean razor, and so these women can get clean, sterile care to have the safest birth possible. And we gave the mama kits away for free. And what was really cool is that's Dawn in this picture, and she raised a bunch of money for the mama kits, and it was just so neat. And like this one, like it says, came for a mama kit given. Like the word got out, and these women came just to get the mama kits for free, and that was just
Yeah.
wonderful.
And when the stats came out on that, because we had sent out a little flyer to everyone who donated with all of the stats of who came and got treated and stuff. And I mean, so many women walking miles and miles, to just pick up these mama kits. It was pretty phenomenal.
Yeah, and part of the reason I'm showing you this is the why for the company is you have a God-given mission that only you can do, and it can be fulfilled and funded through your business. And for me, part of my mission literally is mission trips, and part of it is to raise money for really people that are kicking butt in the world, and the other part is to help you have the money and time to do what's important to you in the world. So thanks for tuning into this, and I just want to let this be a reminder that you have something and you have a voice and you're meant to do something big. And if we can be a part of it, we want to help you. That's why we do our events. That's why we have our trainings. And, Diane, I haven't really talked about Black Belt on these calls, and I've been thinking that's kind of a disservice, and it's time to. We have a year-long coaching program, and we really, it starts now. We do intensives and calls, and in January is the first live event. We do a breakthrough event to have people just be unleashed into their greatness. And I want to invite you guys, if you're interested in Black Belt, just put a comment or ping Diane or me. By ping, I mean send us a personal message, slide into our DMs, and we'll set up a private call. And it'll share with you what it's about. Because if you're someone who's like, I'm ready for more, I'm ready to step up, I'm ready for my greatness, I'm ready to make a big difference, I'm ready to fulfill my mission, I'm ready to make a difference and make a lot of money, that's what Black Belt's about. And like what you're looking at, this is my version of the outcome of Black Belt. Yours might be sending your kids to college. Yours might be being debt free. One of the guys here, he's a libertarian, and his is about less government. I don't know what yours is. Maybe yours is you want like one of our people, she is fighting against gender-based violence now, which is beautiful. Someone else, I don't know what it is for you, but we want to be a part of it, whatever it is. So that's that. And then this to me was the quintessential picture from the mission trip. And this is who's there? Is it Dorothy?
No, my dad just walked in. I didn't realize
say
he was
hi.
Hey, Dad, you want to come say hi? He said that's okay.
Oh yeah, hey, that's probably the fastest way to get him to be quiet, right? Hey, put him on camera. So if he comes back, let's get him on camera. So
okay.
This to me was the quintessential picture of the mission trip. Here's Matt on the right. And by the way, Matt's who I was biking with when I broke my leg. And they're looking at an X-ray, and they're using the light of a window to illuminate the X-ray. I thought that was just like the ultimate picture, and that's Dr. Jen on the left. So, and then I broke my leg. So that was May, and then July 4th, I broke my leg.
Let's just be clear, that was not an X-ray of his leg.
No, it wasn't unrelated. Nothing super exciting happened in June. So July 4th. Oh, well, let's go full screen if Dad's coming on.
To our whole Facebook family. This is my daddy.
Hello.
See, I have his eyeballs.
Yeah. Hey, I'm sorry I missed my appointment Thursday. I apologize.
Oh, you're in big trouble. I didn't even know you had.
He had one this coming Thursday, and he got so scared he left town.
Yeah, I had to go to Dallas. Hey, tell us the secret about Diane while you're there. What's your favorite Diane story?
I don't have any.
Wow. You must have a lot of dirt on your dad to get that answer. Do you remember the name of
Do you want to hear a nice story about my dad?
Yeah, of course.
So he went to West Point, the Army Academy, and he has these, and so did my oldest brother, who's 10 years older than me. So he has these two big West Point swords that are in cases. They have their like fancy swords. And when I was a teenager, we had a game room, sort of like a TV room. And then my bedroom door was off of the game room. And so he took those swords and he hid the bedroom door. And when we were all just hanging out in the game room, he would walk into the game room with a totally straight face and look at the boys in the room and say, see those swords? If you go through that door, I'm going to use those swords to cut your balls off. And he would keep a totally straight face and turn around and walk out of the room. And everyone would just be like,
That's awesome. Way to go, Dad.
yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm a little scared just listening. Okay, let's go back to pictures.
Back to pictures.
Yeah, that's so funny.
Marianne
Thanks for
said
coming on.
the way the photo tells a story.
Me too. So this is when I broke my leg July 4th, and then here's me. So I was showing this picture because Diane was a feature this time, but Diane and I have had multiple conversations where I'm like, blah, 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 blah. And she's like, well, we talked about that already. And I'm like, what? And she's like, yeah, back in July after you broke your leg. So I don't know if you guys can tell on Facebook, but you see the kind of crazy look in my eye. I was so out of it. It's like I had painkillers for a while. Like being, okay, just from me to you guys, if you want to promote a business or an event, getting your leg broken is not the effective way to do it, because I was just hopped up on. It's funny. I'm looking at my belly. I can see how much weight I gained since then. Because oh my gosh, I went to all comfort food. It's time to start hitting the gym again and eating clean. But yeah. So that really took me out of pocket for a while. And thank God I have a good team and people around me because things still progress. So and then iCube. This is one of the big things that's happened is How to Fulfill Your Destiny came up. And this is, if you haven't heard me talk about it, this is what our training produces in your life is iCube. And iCube means impact times income times influence. And what that means is when you're speaking, the goal of speaking is to impact someone's life, to touch their heart and to make a difference in their life, to impact that individual person. And when you do that, they're going to be more likely to spend money with you, which translates to income. So you got impact and now income. And when you've impacted someone's life, you've earned the opportunity, not the right, but the opportunity. You've earned the chance to impact them more. And when you're making more income from them, they're going to be more open to you. So now you're going to have more influence in their life. And if you do that multiple times and multiple people, you get more impact and income. Now you have the opportunity to influence and shape society, because if you're making enough money, now you can give money to political action committees. You're going to be hiring people. You're going to be a bigger vendor for different people selling things, so you can influence the way people do business. And when you have that more influence, then it builds. You're going to have more opportunities to impact lives, and you're going to have more opportunities to make more income. And so that's why it's a multiple, because it grows exponentially. And that's what we're about. Like if you're someone who wants to make an impact on someone's life, make an impact in the world, you need income to do it, and you want to influence society. That's what profitable presentations is like. So then that takes us to, well, how do you do a profitable presentation? Here's the formula for a profitable presentation. It's great script times great delivery times a great you. Your script has to have all the psychological triggers turn on in the right order to get the light bulb to go on in your audience. If you're missing any one of the switches, or if you don't do them in the right order, the light bulb doesn't go on. Now, if your script's perfect, but you're boring, no one's going to listen. But if your script's great, your delivery's great, but you're insecure or off, see what is in you is magnified on stage. Or like my friend Rhonda, she had an opportunity to be on a TED Talk, and luckily she had made a breakthrough where she felt like she was confident enough to try out. But if she hadn't had that breakthrough and she didn't have a great her, she would have never tried out. She did try out. We worked on her scripting. We worked on her delivery. She wound up getting a TED Talk. I haven't even done a TED Talk. That was our first presentation since junior high. But that's the formula. And then within delivery, there's a formula. And the formula for delivery itself is laughs times tears equals sales. Laughs times tears equals sales. So if you have 0 laughs or 0 tears, you make 0 sales. If you have a couple, you make a couple. If you have a lot, and notice content isn't even on this. If you have a lot of laughs, a lot of tears, you're going to impact people, make sales. So that's the formula there. Any comments or questions from you, Diane, or from the audience?
Oh, I was just going to say that with that script times delivery times you, it's really interesting having seen the last group of black belts finish off. You know, I think each one of them went through a point where that clicked and all three pieces were there. And that moment is really pretty touching and magical when you see somebody come through that and just come into themselves and they've put the puzzle pieces together. It's so neat to see.
Oh, that's so cool. Yay. So then there's that. Sorry. So then I was updating people here at the coaching, and I want to share with you guys. Diane came on board, and Diane's my first full-time person to work on the team for like over a decade. Super exciting. There's Erica behind Diane. This is our last event.
This
There's
was a planned photo bomb.
Was it really?
Well, yeah, because you had just photo bombed their picture. And so I was like, I'm going to go get a picture with Jase, photo bomb it. And she was like,
Did
yeah.
not know this. That's so funny. That's awesome. So Erica's probably watching. Usually speaking of which, if you're watching this, I want to invite you to set a weekly recurring alarm to join us every week. Erica said that she has it in her phone. An alarm goes off every Tuesday at 11 Pacific, 2 p.m. East Coast to join us. So if you're watching and you're enjoying this, set an alarm. We're here every Tuesday for Speakeasy with Jase to make it one of those recurring ones. So every Tuesday you get an alarm to join us on our stream, because we have more prizes and stuff we're giving away soon, have some cool things happening. Actually, I'm going to tell you guys at the end of this how you get a free copy of Pando. Did I tell you that, Dan? I figured I got the thing on
You
Pando.
did. I'm really excited to tell people about that. We had a few people join us. It looks like we have Edna Quinones.
Hi, Edna. Welcome.
And Linda Miller and Kevin Yusko.
Hi, Linda. Hi, Kevin. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to Speakeasy with Jase. Good to have you guys. So join us every Tuesday, 11 a.m. Pacific to East Coast. And then, I was sharing with these guys the genesis of the sock giveaways. And if you haven't seen all of our episodes, this one show we had Danielle Fitzpatrick, who's on the right, and Diane was complaining that her feet were cold and she had no socks on. So I got the ugliest socks I could find in my drawer, and the audience voted, and they picked these purple socks for her. And so she put them on to stay warm under her sandals. So here's a picture of Diane in her green sandals with her purple socks underneath them.
I've evolved from the green sandals just today.
No.
Yes. So now we have the wintertime green tennis shoe boot.
Wow. Actually something closed-toed. It took November, and it's been in like the teens and 20s in Boise.
November to me to say yes to different shoes.
Wow. So the next week we had on Vanessa, and Vanessa's awesome. She's like quasi-local celebrity in Boise. She does social media marketing. She's really great on social media, and she's going for Maxim Cover Model of the Year. I think she took third in her category. So, sometimes girls like that aren't very fun. She was so cool. So we pulled out 4 pairs of socks, and Marianne voted, and Vanessa got the pretzel socks. And so here's Vanessa. By the way, when we're doing this stream, you can't see we're just sitting on these chairs and stuff. All you see is the cool background, right? But here's the pretzel socks. So the worst part and the best part about this is these are literally socks that I own. So they'd be like me coming out with like this pair of socks here, out of my drawer. But those ones were a lot older, so they were kind of bad shape, but she still wore them. So Diane and I are like, we should find a sponsor. And Diane's volunteering at the Humane Society at Sea Spot Walk. It's like a walk to raise money. And she sees a sock tent. So she talks to them. It's a local Boise company named Sock Fetish. And they are a new sponsor. So thank you, Sock Fetish. We love you. And so here's some of the socks from Sock Fetish. And then here's some more of the socks. So now we have socks from Sock Fetish. And there's Diane and I showing off. Go ahead.
And we gave these socks out at our last seminar to all of the people who did the extra program where you get meals and things. One of the extras they got was a pair of these socks. And they went crazy over them. There was a lot of sock trading going on too as well.
Yeah. Well, you know what's funny is, so I'm at, I'm here at this mastermind, right? And I'm showing them all this and just kind of catching them up on what I'm doing. And a few people in the room are like, oh, I'm so into socks. Socks are like such a thing now. So by the way, if you guys do we have a promo code for their website, for the Sock Fetish website? Is it Jase? What was on those cards?
Ooh,
Test it out real quick, will you? I'll tell some
okay.
stories where you test. So guys, if we don't have the right promo code, I will
I
get you a
might
promo
have a
code.
card upstairs. Let me go check real quick.
Cool. So we now have socks, and we have a sock sponsor. And one of the things that's really cool for me about having the sock sponsor, it feels more like a real show now. And so I brought some of our socks out here, and Mike, who's made a big difference in my life, I gave him and his wife a pair. And our featured socks of the week from Sock Fetish are the pug socks, which I super dig, and the bicycle socks. And if you know how I broke my leg, I especially love the bicycle socks. These are just so cool. I love these socks. These are awesome. So our sponsor is Sock Fetish, with the Christmas coming up, and all the other holidays that go along with it, and Hanukkah and Kwanzaa, whatever else. Go to Sock Fetish. Also, if you want to have a unique gift for someone in business, people love socks. We just kind of started it because we thought it was funny, and that, Diane was cold and I picked out random socks from my drawer. And what's been really cool is people's reaction to socks. People love socks. And then these are probably my favorite socks. These are my blue bicycle socks. I wear these a lot. Like, I wear these all the time. They're just so fun to have. So if you're looking for something, go to our friends at Sock Fetish. You can go to sockfetish.com or go to Sock Fetish on Facebook, and it will take you right over there. Did you find anything?
I cannot find them, but I will come back and post the promo code.
Try Jase. Go to their website for me real quick, Diane, and try the word. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to talk over you. Say that again.
Oh, no, I wasn't saying anything.
Do me a favor, try and go to their website while we're on the live and test Jase as the promo code. So here's some other stuff. Black belt. So we do black belt, and here's something that we did for the first time ever, is we have different things that are involved in black belt. So I'm going to exit the picture for a second, exit the share, because I want to show you guys this. For the first time ever, we had these made up, and these are flyer forms about black belt speaker training. And so over here is really good looking cover, Tony designed, Tony Potter. On the back, it talked about the formula, script, delivery, and you, and impact, income, influence. And then remember, I said, what are the 3 parts to a profitable presentation? Script, delivery, and you. So when you open it, page 1 is about the script, where we come together and we write your script. And this image is about cool. Page 2 that you see is about delivery. And then when you open it up to the inside, there's you. Dynamic Life is our breakthrough event where we work on you. So there's script, delivery, you, and then what's included in black belt is right there. So for the first time ever, we had these, and just, I think they came out so amazing. And like all the colors and the images, I'll let you see some closer. Like, it speaks to the vibe of the events that we're doing, and the quality of the events and the fun we're having. Like this guy right here, Ken, his first presentation, he sells book publishing services, makes you a best-selling author. Did a presentation with 11 people. He did 32,000 in sales. Here's some of those watermelon photos I was telling you guys about. There's script. Let me go to some delivery stuff. So here we are in Hollywood, California, working on delivery in a real theater in Hollywood on stage. And then we do some breakthrough work. So here we have people going on stretch talent, what we call like our scavenger hunt, that's designed to get you out of your head. People doing ropes courses to get rid of their negative programming, take you out to this hot springs to do some nourishing for your mind, body, soul. And then here we are celebrating. So I think it really captured it. And then you guys, in black belt, I won't give the price that we're charging, but literally the value of the program is over $100,000 with everything that's included. And we're running a pretty great deal. So if you're interested in working on your script, your delivery, this might be time. Ping us and we'll get you more information. So I shared this, what we're doing at Black Belt. Then I'll show you guys some more pictures from Black Belt. Remember, I said big life. The other thing is, if you're running events, you want to make events that I say lifetime memories. You want to make events that people remember forever. So here's Dr. Avis, here's Sarah, here's Tom. These guys will never forget this time out there. And then here's Susan, like going over a, I don't know, 100-foot drop. She's walking across this thing. Here's Sarah. Look how bright Sarah's eyes are. She was so like in the moment. And then we stop in the middle of nowhere and we like take a picture because this road goes straight as far as the eye can see. But it's just a neat picture that people will share. And people tend to get more business and speaking gigs just from sharing pictures like this. And then here is another one of our guys at that straight road. It's just such a neat spot. And then we go over to the hot springs and we soak in the hot springs and just, creating memories as well as shareable moments that get them positioning, as well as my goal is when people have these experiences, they remember them the rest of their life. And they have this memory, this bookmark of when their life changed. It's a positive emotion the rest of their life. And that's something I want to invite you guys to put in. How can you start putting things into your programs that people remember forever? Get out of just a boring seminar room, do part of it in a seminar room, but then go do something exciting, and really, if you don't know what to do, think about what lights you up. For me, hot springs are my happy place. So I take people to hot springs. So that's some ideas.
You got tips from the hot springs this time?
Go ahead.
We went to these exact same hot springs. And Jase was telling me how beautiful the drive was going to be on the way up. Well, it took us a little extra time to get the seminar packed up. So by the time we leave, right as we're leaving town, it gets dark. So the whole way up, Jase is going, now if you could see out the window right now, you'd see this beautiful mountain and pull right up. We get there and it is windy. Cold.
And cold. Like cold. Like by cold, we mean cold.
It was cold. And I don't know, I think the overall consensus was we didn't drive an hour and a half to not get in the hot springs. So we all got in, and it was funny because there were like pockets of the hot springs that were really hot. So we were all huddled together like penguins in these little pockets of the hot springs. But the stars were amazing. I must have seen 7 or 8 shooting stars while we were out there.
7 or 8 shooting stars? Really? So you guys, it was so cold when the wind would blow, you could literally feel the top few inches of the water get colder. And like we're digging with our feet to find where the hot water comes up. And we're like, yeah, it was not hot springs. I felt so bad. Hey, some shout outs real quick. Isaac joined. Isaac!
Awesome experience. Hi, Isaac. It was an awesome experience though. But the bottom was so hot, there were some places you couldn't even stand. It was like it would burn your feet. And so you just had to find those places and kind of huddle over them, and it would heat up around you. And then once one person like moved, it would push all the warm water out of the group. Then you had to wait for it to heat up again.
So Kurt Grassett also joined. You don't know Kurt. Kurt came through Profitable Presentations Live, an earlier version of what's called Dynamic Speaker Training. And Kurt came through back then, and he also did some promotional videos for his business with us. Good to see you, Kurt. Really good to see you, man. I was trying to remember where you live. I think New Hampshire is where Kurt lives. So let me do some more sharing of the screen, and then I want to give you guys a tour of where we are and show you some other cool stuff. So talking about that, and then I was also sharing some of the results. This, to me, is one of the coolest pictures I took all year, and it happened to be last time I was in Texas at this exact same mastermind that I'm at now. I was leading a black belt call. We do training calls every month, and I asked who just had their biggest month or is having their biggest year ever, and everybody you see with the circle around them just had their biggest month or biggest year ever. And it was really, really cool to be a part of people's process of, because greatness is not made from money, and money does not make one a success. And what you can do with that money is powerful, and a measure of people's development as a human and development in their capacity of being a speaker and their development of their capacity to make a difference with others is how much money you make. That's just a way to measure. And so, and also, it's a lot easier to pay your bills and do cool stuff in the world when you're making more money. So all these people just had their biggest year ever, which for me was such an honor to be a part of that. And then Diane designed these, which are so cool. So now we give people, it's framed, and I don't know if you guys can tell, but the pin is actually under the glass. That's not just a printing of the pin, that's the actual pin. So now as people rank up, this border that's yellow here, and then the pin has the yellow belt, they get a pin, and the belt is according to what rank they've achieved. And they get this plaque, and it's got glass and the pins on it. And then we also give them another pin that they can wear. So you see, I have a black belt. I am a black belt. And Faye had just ranked up to yellow belt. Actually, is Faye yellow or orange now? I don't remember.
Faye is yellow.
Cool. Yeah, so Faye's yellow belt now. So just super cool. And we had a bunch of people rank up and stuff, and we took pictures together, which was awesome.
And behind where this pin is pinned on, there's actually an exact picture of the pin. And the gal who designed these pins, she was so sweet. She went through and she designed the entire sticker that you see there, that gold sticker with the pin on it for each color of the pin. So we could
I didn't know that.
paste them right onto the certificates. So
that was actually Erica, the photo bomber,
Erica,
right here.
right there. Yes.
Thank you, Erica. And
yes.
Erica
She was
is
such a
working
help.
to get
She sent all of those little ping images for me, so I could just pull them and paste them right into the different certificates. So big shout out to Erica. Thank you.
Shout out. Thank you, Erica. I did not know that. That is so cool. So last couple updates on this. So we did this and then that, and then here's all the pins. And we now have the full ranking. So people can rank up. The pink one is for sponsors, or if you've done something really charitable to make a difference in the world.
Mm-hmm.
And then this blue one with the gray belt is for staff. You have to like be on the team, be a paid part of the staff. And then we have this one for the assisting team. And these are people who, like Jeannie is in black belt, and she just came back and she helped out. She paid her own travel. Her husband happened to be in the event. I think she would have come anyway though. And she served as an opportunity to make a difference, to give back, and to learn at a deeper level. And we were debriefing. She shared like she had no idea how much subtleties went into running a really great event. So what we say is, come through and get the experience, and then come back and assist, be on the team,
Absolutely.
like serve your fellow man. Yeah, go ahead, say whatever you want to say there.
She I don't know how much of this you thought, the team is there to make sure the event goes well and to really support the attendees and to support the speakers. But then you're left in this space where there's no one really left to support the team. And Jeannie stepped in and filled that role, and she just helped us so much, and it really made things run a lot smoother and took a lot of that pressure off of the team. It was really a great season.
Gina was amazing. And then I just awarded this bottom belt here. This is the purple belt with the purple mic is what it's called, with a black belt. And it's purple, like royalty and a lot of different traditions. Purple equals God, spirituality. And for me, it's really, crown chakra. And it's really about making a difference. And so the only way someone can get a purple mic is if they're one of our speakers. And it's a speaker position that can't be like a sponsorship type thing. It's one of our handpicked speakers. And so Mike Crow, who's hosting this thing, has spoken at my event. And so I awarded Mike one of these today, and I think he got a little misty. It was really cool. So that's the only way, it was cool. The only way you can get this is by earning it, by being a speaker. And just, I get misty thinking about him getting misty, because it was really trippy, Diane. Like, I realized how much stuff I've implemented. Now, 6 years ago, I was just getting rebooted, I feel like. I had that one speaking day, and I did like on Mike's big stage, I did 50% of what I made the entire previous year in one day. And now we're doing events where we've done over 6 figures in sales, and multiple 6 figures are coming. And I don't think 7 figures are far, but more importantly, we're helping people who are making a big difference and making a lot more money. So it's been a really, really nice season of life. And I'm even breaking my leg notwithstanding, I'm pausing to quite enjoy it. Like I'm really, 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 really enjoying it. So that's that. And then Diane, do you want to see what we have on our list for things to do?
Oh, I would love to.
Should I show everybody without editing it?
Have you shown me this list? I don't know that.
No, you haven't seen this list. So here's what we have. We're going to create pillars for black belt. And the pillars mean it's like what we stand for. So not just like you get an award for what you do, it's what do you stand for? Like one could be, how well do you contribute to the community? Like one of the pillars is, how much do you give back to black belt? How much do you give back to the events like Jeannie did? So that's a pillar. We're going to find jewel boxes for the pins. So we're going to look for, so when we present people, because right now, you guys, the pins come in this loose bag. We're going to find jewel boxes so we can open and give it to them, like, you know, like when a guy's proposing. And
Are
then,
you going to get down on one knee?
No.
Say, will you accept
No.
this rank?
Accept this. No, they should get down. I should have a sword and knight them, is what it should be. So, because it's really, we call it black belt because it's in the tradition of martial arts. You're picking a sensei to pull you through, and that's what we want to be for people, is their sensei. We don't want people in there who are know-it-alls. We don't want people with big egos. We want people who are humble and want to learn. That's what we want. So the back of the pins we're going to turn into magnets. And then it was really interesting. Someone who was a black belt a couple of years ago, Jim, just wrote me, and I was talking, and he's like, we want to rank up. And I was like, I got some ideas, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, we don't really know what to do next to rank up. And literally, one of the things we talked about today is putting together an info sheet that says exactly what people need to do to rank up, which is so cool. And then Pokemon Go, like in the game, there's different awards you can get. And it shows you where your next medal will be. And so what we're going to do is start having a board, either digital, and I might see if we get an app for this, that shows what pin is next or what award is next or what they need to do. Like having a best-selling book would have an icon. It'll be grayed out till they get their best-selling book, and then it will show up. And they'll win that badge, and we'll give them something in real life. So
you could get Sprinkle to build the app for you.
Yes, Sprinkle. We love Sprinkle even more. Sprinkle. I mean, Sprinkle.
That's pretty accurate, what I said.
Yeah, I'm not making fun of her, guys. That's totally right. No, so the next thing we're going to do, Diane.
Mocking me, which is the highest form of flattery. So thank you, Jase. I appreciate it.
You're very welcome. Hey, by the way, I have the live stream up on my phone and on my computer. I want to know who, let's see, Eric, Eric is tuned in. She said, thanks. Robert Wall says, hey, Robert, I got to know a little bit in San Diego. If you're live, I want to bring someone onto the stream to play a quick hand of Pando with us that we haven't had play Pando yet. So like Robert, if you're still watching, I think we've had Mary. Have we had Marianne yet? Yeah, we had Marianne, I think. Erica, if anyone's still watching, just comment on the live stream like that you're watching, and then I'm going to send you the link where you can come on the Zoom and play a hand of Pando with us.
Send it to him.
Yeah, whoever says, yeah, hey, I'm watching. So I see we actually have a bigger crowd, about double that we normally have. This is pretty cool. So Marianne said, love the designs, Erica. Thank you, Erica. So Diane, I'm also showing, like, I'm excited, and I'm wondering how Diane's taking all this. I think I'm probably actually smart to release this on the live because she has to mostly act excited. The other thing we're going to do.
No, I so far, I love every idea.
Okay, cool. So another thing we're going to do is we're going to retreat. And everyone who's ever come to an event or bought a product from me ever, we're going to invite them to a retreat. And I think we're going to make it, I don't know how much we're going to charge, probably free. And it will be, we're going to make it fun. We're going to have sharing. We're going to have round tables. We're going to give updates on where I am now. We'll give them the opportunity to join in with what we're doing on the next level. And by everybody, it means everybody. everybody that's on. Oh, Robert's, Diane, will you please send Robert the link for the Zoom?
Yep, I'm on
You
it.
should be able to message him. Cool. Message it to him privately. And then we're going to have testimonials, and we might even do a promotional documentary on how our programs have affected their lives. Because you guys, this is something that actually, I'm going to stop the stream for a second because I want to share this with you. Something that's been amazing about Facebook for me is, like, when I started doing seminars, there was no Facebook. So when I was doing personal growth at first, really it wasn't around, and I lost touch with people. And I've had people who came through my events in 2004, 5, 6, 7, 8, reaching out over 10 years later, sharing how it's made a difference in their life. And that is just so humbling and cool. And I think that would be really neat to turn into a documentary. So other things we're going to do, Diane, other stuff that we're going to get cooking. We're going to have an app, it customized images. And then I did a lot of work on Profit Factory, which is my heart mission, you guys, that I haven't been making progress on. And I had some huge awakening. So you're going to start seeing Profit Factory coming out. And then we're going to start creating subcultures, and then financial support and scholarships for other people. It's just great. So that's where we are. And then the last thing is, we may, Diane, look for a display case for the pins. But I kind of like how we have them in the individual things. So I'm not sure if I want a separate display case or not, if it's too much. But
Like display case that each person would get to display their pins in as they move along?
as they rank up. So then they would have the plaque and a display case. I'm not sure on that, but we're thinking about it. And then it says Missy Gift because Mike was so impressed that Missy came up with the name Speakeasy with Jase, and he's like, you need to send her a present. I'm like, I paid her. And he's like, you need to send her a present because it's such a great name. So Missy Strassner, you have a gift of some sort coming your way. So I'm super excited. So let's get Robert on here. Robert, hey, Lawrence Borkstrom. Lawrence, I love Larry. He's friends of this like second family I have in Chicago. He's a truck driver, so he's probably watching on the road. So Robert, do you have it? Can you join us in the Zoom? And we're gonna play a little Pando with you. Don't be nervous. It will be easy. So should I tell people how they can get their Pando for free yet, or should I wait? Play it first?
Yeah.
Robert, what's up, Robert? Welcome to the show. So good to have you. You look nervous, Robert. Don't be nervous.
Hello.
Hey, it's good to...
I'm never nervous. Are you kidding? Come on.
Well, it's so good to have you. So real quick, might as well tell people who you are and how you make a difference in the world through your business, and then we'll play a little Pando with you. And thanks for coming on Speakeasy with Jase.
Well, I appreciate it. Actually, I just got off the phone not too long ago with one of our co-buddies there, Matt Clark. So.
Matt's awesome.
Yeah. Just got off the phone with him. So, anyways,
so real quick.
Yeah, my name's Robert.
When I was in San Diego, Danielle, who came by the event, Diane, that you know, Matt is Danielle's husband, and I am not allowed legally to show you guys the text message threads we have. So go ahead, Robert. Thanks.
All right, no problem. So anyways, yes, I'm Robert Wall. I don't know how long of a story you want, but
like 30 seconds.
30 seconds. Okay, excellent. Actually, I am a business coach. However, I have fallen into a niche over the last few years where I do most of my training through masterminds. So we've got 6 different masterminds, creating our 7th now in 4 different countries, and really doing some awesome things. I absolutely embrace mindset and heart set before anything else to do with skill set. And so that's kind of the primary focus of my business and how I'm actually changing lives, right? Getting down to the kind of meat and potatoes of who people are and really helping them with self-branding before we start focusing on the business model itself.
Oh, that's awesome. And you know what I got to say about Robert? He's just a nice, gentle heart, and his wife is awesome. And he has been through, like all of us, some stuff that are challenges, and he's come out the other side being just a great human being. So from me to you, Robin, I acknowledge you. So here's how Pando goes. You're welcome. So we're gonna play Pando. So here's how Pando goes. I'm gonna read a card, and I didn't like pick this one out. We'll do one for you, one for Diane. Actually, why don't we start with Diane? And and then you'll see how it plays. So we'll read the 2 questions and then you guess. So
Right there.
there.
Okay.
Okay, this one. Okay, here's your 2 questions.
Have I ever thrown up in public, and can I do a cartwheel?
Mm.
Hmm.
So we have to guess. Do you think she's ever thrown up in public? I'm going to say yes.
All right.
Thrown
So
up in public.
Yeah, I'm going to say yes as well.
And I absolutely think she can. She does, what's it called? Like this aerobatic stuff. She definitely can do a cartwheel.
I do acrobatic yoga. So.
Acrobatic.
Okay. All right. So yes, and yes.
Oh, okay. Wait. Let me see. Let me see if there's space.
Oh, this is going to be great TV.
Whoa! Wow! I didn't know this was live action.
It said show and tell. I don't know.
That's a show and tell.
Wait a minute. Are you gonna throw up or are you gonna do a cartwheel?
Do both. Just don't get a concussion to make yourself throw up. That would be amazing.
Here we go. Cartwheel time.
This is TV.
Woo! I kicked the couch.
Oh wow!
Wait. Redo. I kicked the couch on that one. That one doesn't count. Woo!
Oh no!
Don't do
Check
this
that
at
base.
home, kids.
Awesome!
That was amazing. Oh,
Okay, it's not my house, so.
you got so many thumbs up on that. It's ridiculous.
Yeah,
Robert,
that was,
where would you like me to pick?
that was awesome.
stop.
Right there.
Right
Oh.
here?
Yeah, right there.
Don't
Oh,
do
you
it
got so many
first
loves
trick
too.
where you kick
Here's your question. So don't answer them. Don't answer them out loud. I mean, yeah, ask the questions out loud and then we'll answer them.
What is my favorite soda pop? Can I count to 20 in Spanish?
I think your favorite soda pop is IPA beer.
No, that's not a soda pop. That's not a.
Then I would guess Diet Coke. Wait, where do you live again? What city?
I'm in Greenville, South Carolina.
I'm gonna say root beer.
Yeah, he's in Dr. Pepper country, maybe. Diet Dr. Pepper will become my Diet Cherry Dr. Pepper is my new answer. And I think yes, he can count to 20.
I'm going to go with I'm gonna stick with root beer, and I'm gonna say that he can probably count to 20, but he gets mixed up in the team numbers a little bit.
Very specific. Are you ready for my answer?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't really drink a lot of soda pop, but when I do, it's typically Diet Coke and or you know, and I actually cannot. I took French, and you know, I could probably get you to 5 over and over and over again. Pretending like I'm counting, but yeah.
5 times 4. Perfect.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Yes, that's it.
Did you
See,
take
you
20
got
in
it.
French?
I could do, yeah, I took, like,
French.
that was 2 years of French.
Yeah.
But you only went to 10. You got 10 more.
Well,
It's been a while, right? It's been a while for me.
this sweet, this sniff, this. Yeah, I don't know.
This week.
I can do it in Japanese. I can count to 10. Ichi-ni-san.
Ichi ni san chi.
Yep. So you must have done martial arts.
We're both
too.
martial artists, so it's just what we do, right? So.
Yes, you definitely know how to count to 10 in martial arts. Okay, here's my questions. In the last year, have I read a self-improvement book? If wait, what? I will be executed for my crimes tomorrow. What meal do I request?
Well,
You didn't have to make it so harsh, Pando.
Wow.
Yes, you've read a self-improvement book in the last year.
Without a doubt, you've read a self-improvement book.
And probably written one as well.
I've spoken one for sure. The amount of words I speak at a seminar for sure. And then
you probably know him better, Diane. What would you think about his food there? His last meal.
That's hard. That's hard. How specific does it need to be? I would say probably like fajitas.
Wait,
I'm-
what
I'm-
word did she say? Did she say fajitos?
Fajitas.
Oh, I heard fajitos. I was like, what's a fajito?
Steak and fajitas.
I'm going to go with steak, maybe potatoes, something of that nature.
You guys are both wrong.
Ah,
My last meal would be a really good cheese pizza, New York style, and chicken wings.
Wow.
And yes, and followed by ice cream. And that's
You know,
also
you
how
could
I got this
always
belly, by the way.
request
What?
You could always request a McRib and a Shamrock Shake because those are only served at opposite times of the year. You can never get them together and totally avoid execution.
You have thought about this, and I like the way you're thinking.
yeah, I was thinking more like if you were to ask me, it would be something so aged that takes about 15 more years prior to preparation, right? So
Yeah, a
still my answer
40-year-old 2019 Scotch.
yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Well,
Buy
Robert,
some time.
thank you so much for being on today's show. For being on today's show, you win a pair of socks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Now,
you don't get to pick which ones.
and these are women, so these might be for your wife. We
yeah.
are men. So, should we let him pick, or should we let the audience pick?
I think we should let the audience pick.
All right, let's see what the audience picks. Well, they don't know his wife. Whoever's watching that's willing to post, because sometimes people can't post. By the way, Betsy says, hello, Robert. I don't know if you know Betsy. Betsy's watching. Hi, Betsy. Good to see you.
Hello. Hey, who's to say that I wouldn't wear those dog socks?
Well, what size shoe are you?
13.
The women's are, well, I don't know. What
It might fit over your half your toe, because it fits women's size 9
They're
to
meant
11.
to be a crew, but you can wear them like an ankle sock.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
We want to
Footies,
see a
little
picture of you
footies.
wearing these. Okay, Erica
Yeah.
says bicycles. It looks like you're getting bicycles. Betsy
All
says
right.
hi. And thank you for you. And also, I'm going to share with you and everyone how you guys can get a game of Pando for. And by the way, did you play this when we were in San Diego? Were you hanging out when we were playing this, Robert?
No, not that game. No.
We were at an event together, and I brought out Pando when we had a bunch of people hanging around. She had a cocktail mixer after, and so then as we were winding down, we had 12 people sitting around the table playing Pando together. So Pando is a sponsor of the show. We are big fans of Pando. Playing it here at this mastermind that I'm at. So here's how you guys can get Pando. Let me show you. There's a couple things you guys can do if you'd like to get Pando for free. So just to be clear, Robert, you're getting socks for free. These are our gift to you on behalf of Sock Fetish. We'll mail these out to you. So if you could please PM Diane your address, and then don't put it in the chat unless you want people to be randomly sending you stuff. And then to get Pando, you have different options. So first I'm going to show you this. First option you can do, this one's not free, but if you want to get multiple copies, you can go to playpando.com and buy Pando. It's $25. It's really a good price already. But if you put in coupon code JASE, that's JASE, and they also have a Pando Family Edition, where I think it's questions about mom and dad and the family. So just put in coupon code, can you guys see this coupon code JASE, and apply the coupon, and it doesn't matter how many you buy, it'll give you $5 each one. So right now this says 2 in the cart, so it gave $10 off. If you wanted it to be just 1, you get $5 off. So that's one way you can get Pando, and you can use that coupon code JASE to get $5 off. Diane, were you able to try that coupon code on Sock Fetish, by the way? Did it work?
Yes, it does not work.
Maybe text them real quick and see if they get back to you fast. And if not, we'll put it in the description, the Sock Fetish. You guys, these are amazing gifts. People freaking love these.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Oh, Diane, are you wearing socks today?
I am.
What do you have on? What do you have?
But not
Our socks.
Sock Fetish socks.
How dare you not wear socks
know,
that are
I
socks?
know.
Blasphemy.
Don't put
I
your
know.
socks on the screen. No, I'm going to mute your video.
Oh,
How boring.
they're gray. They're boring.
Bye.
They got a little pink flare.
I got to be careful. I can't hold it this way too long or all the beer will fall out. But these are my socks that are socks. Do you guys see that? Let me get you a better view there of my beer and my tail leg. So that's my sock that are socks. And so then the other way you guys can get Pando is if you go to Amazon, they're looking for people to review it. So go to Amazon and buy the game. You have to buy it through Amazon for what I'm about to tell you, because they want certified reviews, and you can only be certified if you buy it through Amazon. So buy it through Amazon, and they're not saying you have to give it a certain review. They're just saying if you buy it and review it, they'll do this. Then go to Instagram, and it's Play Pando, and send them a direct message, and they'll reimburse you through PayPal or Venmo, or what was it, PayPal or Venmo? Yeah, they'll send you your money back through PayPal or Venmo. So you just got to do a review, and after you've reviewed it, send them a message on Instagram, say, hey, I reviewed it, and they will send you your money back. So that's pretty cool. And to be clear, he didn't say they have to put 5-star reviews or anything. He just said review it. And I think that's totally ethical and cool. So, and the other thing is, if you're having fun with it, maybe perhaps tag it and share a picture and let us know how you like it. We've had some people hear us talking about Pando, and they bought the game. They thought it was great. So I'm going to wrap up. Robert, thank you so much for being on the show.
You.
Anything you want to say before you go?
No, it's been a pleasure. This was real random, and I'm looking forward to the socks. I will send a picture, and and looking forward to meeting you someday, Diane. So very nice. Yes.
We'll get you out
Thank
for
you,
the vet.
Jase.
You're welcome,
Yeah.
man. We'll see you a little bit.
Let's talk real soon. All right. Thank you.
We definitely need to. So everybody else, I want to give you guys a little bit of tour behind the scenes on Mike's office, and I'm gonna just kind of give you a behind the scenes of where I am. So this is Mike. If you know Mike Crow, he is so into Disney. So he's got like Disney galore. And then these are his different events. I've spoken at a lot of these. 2013, oh my gosh. Look at this. This was, oh crap. 2013 was the first time I this wasn't a setup, you guys. I didn't realize that was right there. This was the first 3 days I spoke at. And I bet, but this makes good TV when someone's looking through a book. But in here somewhere, I did my hypnosis show this year. And in here, there's got to be something about me in the hypnosis show. That's trippy. Oh my gosh. I don't want to take too long to look for it, but oh my gosh, that's crazy. Wow. I just mentioned like I spoke on his stage 6 years ago the first time. Well, I don't see it, and I don't want to take the time to look for it, but it'll be in here somewhere. So this must be like the master from which they made. Oh, there I am. Look. Here's the speech I did.
Looking through yearbooks.
What's that?
You remind me of somebody looking through old yearbooks.
Right. So here's the speech I gave. I actually, I spoke and I sold my home study kit, and I also did my hypnosis show, which I'm excited to start doing the hypnosis show more and more. I pulled back on it for a while because of my going Christian and stuff, and I didn't know how Christian audiences would take it, but now it opens doors to let more people know God's love, so I'm doing it. So yeah, that's super cool. Let me fix his bookcase real quick. Okay, so this is Mike's bookcase and his office, and just really cool. He's got just neat stuff in here, and he has learned and implemented and applied so much stuff from Disney. It's been crazy. So through this window is his daughter's office, who runs the company with him, and his son also runs the company as well. And can you still hear me okay, Diane? I want to talk quieter as I come through.
Yeah.
Are you on a call? I'm off now. Oh, can we say hi to you? Yeah, absolutely. Oh, cool. Let me turn off my earpods. Oh, so you guys, you get to meet my assistant too. This is Diane. Diane, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hold on, I don't hear you yet. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you, yes.
Say something else. I don't hear you.
I can hear you.
No, but I don't hear you. Hold on.
Oh.
My sound output's not. Try this.
Knock, knock.
Yes, now I
There
can hear you.
are.
Hey, this is Krista.
Hi, Diane.
Krista.
Krista, you can explain
Yeah,
better than me
Amanda.
what you do. What do you do here? Who are you?
Do I do
What
here?
do you do? What are you working on now? And we're going, by the way, this isn't just Diane. We're streaming to Facebook Live right now.
Oh, that's fabulous.
Yes.
So what I do here is I actually work directly for Inspection Go. So the Mastermind Inspector community, we sold a good portion of that to Inspection Go because they are sort of the vision for the future of the home inspection industry, really. And so I work directly for them. I'm the VP of Community and Coaching. So I help make sure
like
that
that
all of this
title.
stuff, nice, right?
That's for
Yeah. So that's what I do is I help make sure that everybody's getting the coaching and the community building that they need in order to help support them in growing their home inspection businesses.
That's awesome. And don't let the nice face fool you. She is a ninja laser coach. Oh, whatever. If she grabs onto something in coaching, she is like you're not gonna escape. But it's in it. She's
kind.
nicer than Mike with it.
we sort of do call me the kinder, gentler version. I'm going to give you the truth, and it may hurt a little bit, but there's going to be a little padding around it in order to make sure you still feel loved at the end of the time.
Totally. So check out. Look how this is how important she is. There's one laptop here. There's a laptop here, and there's 5 other monitors plus the giant monitor there. That's when you have 4 monitors in 2 laptops, you are up to something big.
I'm just telling you, like, there's a lot of information I need to get stuff done. Absolutely.
So for people watching, we have a variety of people watching. We get some home inspectors, we get some coaches. Whatever comes to your heart to share as something cool.
You know what? This is the big thing that I was thinking the other day, and Jase, you'll appreciate this as well because you're one of the people that has conquered this, and I know you work on it every day just the same as I do, which is when you go out to do something, you want to do something big enough that you're afraid you might fail, right?
Wow.
And do it anyways. And you know you're going to make mistakes, and dust yourself off, put a little grace on it, put a little more knowledge and experience with it, and go, okay, next time I'm going to do it different, or I'm going to do it better, and then go out there and do it again and again and again, and you get better and better and better. And because you've chosen something so big that you're afraid you might fail, it's something so big that it's actually impacting the world and your family for generations and generations. So go out there and do it, even though you might fail. Even though you might fall down 5, 10, 100, 1,000 times, keep getting back up. Stay around people that you know will encourage you to get back up and encourage you to keep after what you know is important to you in your heart. That would be the thing I would share.
So it's interesting you brought that up. How long have you heard me talk about Profit Factory?
A long time. Since the very beginning.
No, I didn't have the name till probably 2015.
You didn't have the name, but you had the idea.
Yeah, you know what's weird?
My
first 3 days was 2013. It's been 6+ years.
Whoa.
I think kind of
doesn't feel like 6 years.
It seems like 15. I mean,
yeah.
No.
Wait a second.
I meant for you. So anyway, but the coaching I got today was on the Profit Factory because I was like, you guys, so for you guys watching the Facebook Live, Profit Factory sales marketing mindset for Christian audience. Very similar to what I'm doing now, encouragement for them. Totally separate. I mean, what I'm doing now, profitable presentations, everybody's welcome and loved in that room. In a Profit Factory, everybody will be welcome and loved there. Just God laid it on my heart to serve the community of Christian business owners as a side business. And I have been talking about it for years. And what I was sharing today, that it's inspired me but pissed me off is Kanye. Not what he's doing, that I haven't done what God called me to. And like Kanye's out there, 1,000 people came to Christ. He's speaking the truth about abortion. He's talking about whether you agree with him or not, he's speaking his truth about what he believes in God, and he's going 100%. And here I've been tiptoeing around it for 5 years. And I was getting so pissed off at myself that my last ask so we get up and we share something for the group. We kind of update everywhere where we are. We contribute, then we ask. And my ask was I needed support and structure about getting Profit Factory done. Like I will regret it so much if I don't. And so it's interesting you share that message because I haven't been going for it like that. And
I'm not, I could, like this Kanye wave, I could have been in front of this wave. And now I'm going to be paddling to catch up.
Hey,
if I've been
news.
trusting God.
The wave is going up.
Yeah.
So all you have to do is get in the water now and you're going to go up too.
I'm going to do it. All right, I'm going to show the rest of the office.
everybody.
Before I do anything in here you want to show off or not have on camera?
Well, I have Mjolnir over there, my authority hammer. So that's pretty good.
That's her.
Oh, wow.
What's on the board over here? What are you planning?
That's just a brainstorm.
What are you brainstorming? Anything we can share?
Well, it's it's something that's not in progress right now. So it's something I'm leaving in my office as a space holder because it's really important for later.
Cool. I like these
but I don't
guys
want it to go
though.
away. Isn't that the funnest thing? The little erasers that look like minions.
You're awesome. Hey, miss you next door. I'm gonna give them a tour.
Yeah,
See
sounds
a little
good.
bit. Thanks.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
You're awesome.
Next time.
Well, actually, we should have you on a live.
Yeah.
On a full episode. We'll do that. We'll set it up. So here, I don't even know what all this stuff is. They just have cool stuff around. Normally, John is in here doing the digital stuff. This is probably something from one of the events. And then here's cool. What they do is they set it up. They have different meeting rooms. So they'll have their meetings, but then also people who are affiliated with them can have meetings here. And then for some people, this will be their absolute, I don't want to open the door. So I'll just kind of peek through, but that's their phone room. So in there, they have everybody answering phones. And then this right here, they have a whole kitchen set up for their team. And they actually provide a whole bunch of meals for them as well. And then they had like a little buffet in here for us. And then they have, even over here, popcorn machine. And then they have,
And we all know how much you love popcorn.
oh my gosh, yeah, that thing will be going later and getting used. They even have like sodas down here. And then I'm going to be quiet. I'm just going to give you guys a peek on the meeting that's going on right now.
I realize you're when Mike talks about the tips story, how you go down and back up. Well, I went down and up, and down and up, and down, and back up. You've been burned a number of times, and it's because I've taken my eye off the ball. You're sort of like, I'm taking my eye off the ball again. How do I keep one eye on this or do this at the same time? That's probably my biggest fear.
So Phil is an expert on client retention and direct mail who was just speaking. And what I was pointing to is they have two screens up front, and then the back they also project. So you can see what you have on your front screens, what you're presenting. And on the side wall, they have those big TVs that they can put different marketing messages on. And so that's where we're having our mastermind in there. And it's been really fruitful for me. Like all those ideas we went through came out of this. And then I don't know if I'm going to get yelled at or not, but I'm going to try it. Let's go mess with. Hi, how are you? She's on the phone. I can't interrupt her. She waved. I walked in and she goes, how are you?
Yes.
So-
I see what you're saying.
Oh, I just heard the phrase, I see what you're saying. So that sounds like a customer service call. Oh, well, hey, you guys, I just lost signal. So we have gone way over on this one, but that was perfect. I was in Marlene's office. I don't know how much you saw, but
Nothing. You stopped right as you were sneaking in. The stream stopped on your end.
It was probably perfect because I walk in her door and she goes, she's on the phone. And I go, oh, I'm not going to interrupt that. And then as we're leaving, I hear the phrase, I see what you're saying. And I was like, oh, that sounds like a customer service call. So we're not going to mess with that. So, all right, guys, hey, set an alarm to join us every week, 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. East Coast on Speakeasy with Jase. I want to thank all of you guys for tuning in. Please like and share the stream. It helps more people see it. It really, we want to impact more people. Robert, thanks for being on. Thank you to our sponsor, Sock Fetish, and to our other sponsor, Pando. And Diane, since she shared, should we give Krista a pair of socks?
The doggy socks?
Yes, the doggy socks. Should I give her the doggy socks?
Yeah.
Cool. We'll do that. We'll say goodbye from there. So you guys, hey, it's been an awesome live. Diane, thanks for tuning in. Any last comments or thoughts from you?
Nope. Just thank you guys. I know this was a long one, so thanks for hanging in there with us and having fun.
Not like that. Yeah. Sorry, I stepped over you. I got excited. I think I bought like this. So,
Oh,
so hey guys, if you're interested in black belt or setting up a call, please get in touch with Diane or me. And Chris, I'm going to interrupt you one more time. We have a sponsor named Sock Fetish. So from us and Sock Fetish to you, you get Dougie socks for being on the show.
Oh, thanks. That's great.
It's so funny how excited people get about socks. Aren't those
These
cool?
are cute. I like them in their green, kind of an inspection go color. I like it.
Yes.
Fabulous.
Well, from Inspection Go, unofficially, and us at Problem Presentations, Diane and myself. Bye, guys. We love you. Thanks for tuning in.
Bye.
Bye.